Now we are going to learn about protection from weeds. So protection from weeds are the fifth agricultural practice practiced by our farmers. Okay, what are these weeds? I think you know because in one of my class I said what is the meaning of weeds. Weeds are nothing but the undesirable plants that are grown on the field. Okay, I repeat, weeds are nothing but it is an undesirable plant which are growing in a field is called as weeds. What is this undesirable plant? Why we need to remove this undesirable plant from the field? Yes, the process of removing the weed is called as weeding. Yes, as I said, why do we need to remove the weeds from the crop? Here we have an explanation for that. Weeding means I said it is a process of removing the unwanted plants. Weeding is necessary since weeds compete with the crop plants for water, nutrients, space and light. Thus, it affects the growth of the crop. Some weeds interfere even in harvesting and may be poisonous for animals and human beings. Yes, I will teach you now. Suppose there is one field here. In that field, only groundnut is growing. In that field only groundnut is growing and the farmer want to grow only groundnut in that field. He don't want any other crops to be growing up. Why he don't want any other crops to be growing in that field means, suppose if there is a wheat crop growing in that field, what happens means, in that field he don't want wheat at all because it might be various reasons. The most important reason why you don't want the wheat crop is that it it acquires some space, it acquires some unnecessary space. If that wheat is not growing there, in that space you would have grown some more groundnut plant, isn't it? So to reduce the space and if we supply water also, if we supply irrigation also, these unwanted plants would also get the water and it would be getting the benefit. Actually don't want, because to reduce the space in the field as well as to reduce the supply of water, because farmers don't regularly supplying water. You don't want to supply water regularly because in villages and all there will be less amount of water and insufficiency in the supply of water. So at that time, in order to reduce the wastage, they will not growing this unnecessary plants. So to remove this, what they will do, they will cut off, or some farmers what they will do, if the plants are very small, they will pluck away all those unwanted plants with the help of their bare hands. So this is how they are going to do the process of weeding. Okay, so some what they will do means, some they will add some chemicals. Chemicals are called as weedicides. So to control the weeds, to pluck the weeds from the crop, they will be adding some weedicides. Weedicides are nothing but chemicals. 2,4-D is a famous weedicide. So what they will do means, these chemicals they will dilute it in water, means they will mix it with water. 2,4-D weedicide, they will mix it with water and they will spray it on the plants like this as shown in this figure. They will spray the 2,4-D weedicides along with water. They will spray it on the plants. By doing so, what happened? No, the unwanted plants which they don't want to grow, that will die off. When they die off, what happens? They can reduce the weeds. So by doing so, a farmer who is going to spray a weedicides or 2,4-D weedicides, he should be very careful by wearing a mask on that, because those chemicals are harmful for that human also. So they should be very precautionary. They have to cover their nose as well as their mouth during the spraying of these chemicals. So this is about protection from weeds. So in the next video, we'll be learning about the next agricultural practices.